thinking about moving into a new aspect of your life where that is concerned, opening up to various aspects of your life where that is concerned. And many are shifting, dear ones, from a lifelong darkness, a lifelong place of ineptitude, a lifelong place in the shadow where that is concerned, and now beginning to open up and see the light where that is concerned. And in many ways, seeing the enlightenment of fully of who they are where that is concerned, their potential, their talents and gifts, and who they truly are being in this lifetime where that is concerned. Many, as we speak to you right now, dear ones, are remembering and rediscovering who they are, remembering and rediscovering their talents and gifts, and remembering their purpose in this lifetime. And that is becoming defined for many in this lifetime where that is concerned. And many as you move into your month of June, signaling the end of a 3-month period of enlightenment where that is concerned, of entrainment where that is concerned. So what is transpiring, dear ones, many are moving from a shadow where that is concerned, a prolonged shadow, a lifelong shadow perhaps. What we mean by moving from a lifelong shadow is they are fully diving deep within the depth and breadth of their heart space to see the root of their conditioning, to see the root of their wounds, to see the root of their modeling from mom and dad, and realizing how deeply they have been moving into the depth and breadth of that modeling where that is concerned. Modeling the modeling where that is concerned. And what we mean by that is actually perpetrating in their lives the modeling that they had learned from mom and dad where that is concerned. And many are now realizing that. They are realizing the life they have been leading where that is concerned. They are realizing how many have been stuck in their story. They are realizing all of this. And they are ready to move into a transformation of the new. But for many, it's most important, dear one, that this does not happen like magic where that is concerned. Many have been moving along in a deep personal process to fully understand all of this where that is concerned, and opening up to the depth and breadth of their heart space. And that, dear ones, is what is transpiring. Many now are moving into the depth and breadth of their heart space and beginning to live from that place. Live from the depth and breadth of love where that is concerned, of the realization of their truth, of the realization of who they are where that is concerned, and finding that they do matter, finding that what they need to say does matter, finding that their talents and gifts are purposeful where that is concerned, finding that they do make a difference in this lifetime and where they have made a difference in their lifetime. So you're moving into your month of June, and many are being enlightened and awakened to who they truly are. The depth and breadth of the essence of who they are. They are looking at their life and saying, this is what I have perpetrated for so long. These are the relationships that I have formed based upon that conditioning and modeling where that is concerned. Now moving towards a place of joyousness and fulfillment in their life where they are fully taking charge of themselves and fully now saying, this is what I want and I am going to create this. This is what is transpiring now as you move into the month of June for many where that is concerned. Moving into a powerfulness that you have never known. Moving into a greatness that you have never known before where that is concerned. And this is what will be shifting in the macrocosm of light of the world outside of you as well. As many begin to discover this within them. Seeing the power within them that is based in the depth and breadth of the heart space of love where that is concerned, they can now fully engage in their soul's divine plan. Fully be conscious and engaging in their soul's divine plan where that is concerned. And that includes letting go of attachments. Letting go of the attachment to the outside world. Letting go in many ways of everything. Releasing and letting go and moving into the depth and breadth of the powerfulness that is you. And this is what is transpiring for many as you now move into the final month in this 3-month period, as you have reached the halfway point of the year of 2019 where that is concerned. So the question we have for all of you who are now moving into this great enlightenment period of who you truly are, the enlightenment of how you have perpetrated habits, patterns, rituals, and behaviors from your models where that is concerned, where are you now with that? And what do you want? The question we ask each and every one of you as you move into this great enlightening period is, what do you truly want and what is most important to you? In relationship to you, and in relationship to you, in relationship to the world outside of you where that is concerned. So it is most important, dear ones, that you are now moving to a great awakening. A great awakening in the depth and breadth of your heart space as to who you truly are. And with that, understanding and seeing why you are here. Why you are here personally, and why you are here in relationship to giving and service to the world. The first and most important step is to now engage, quite possibly celebrate your enlightenment. Begin to celebrate the enlightenment of you. It is time in many ways, dear ones, to lighten up in your vernacular. Move to a place of celebration within you. Move to a place where you are in celebration of who you are, and move to that and raise your resonance and vibration. So it is transpiring for many, as we've said to you many, many times before, creating a new collective consciousness. What those who are waking up from this lifelong slumber of living in the shadow, a lifelong slumber of living through the darkness, and now seeing that only good and goodness is in your life. Only abundance and the abundance of you is in your life. It's about moving out of the shadow quite possibly that you have cast on many relationships. And now seeing the abundance of you, the abundance in your life, the abundance that you have created, the abundance of where you are. So you are now moving into your month of June in a period of enlightenment, the enlightenment of you. It is also a period, as we just said, dear ones, a period of celebration. A celebration of you. How can you celebrate you? This just may be a very new concept to many. Celebrating you, enjoying you, honoring you, valuing you, in the depth of the truth of what that means. As you move out of your month of May into your month of June, you are moving into a period of light. Many are now moving to the light. Many are now seeing the light. And now as you see the light, as now you encompass the light, as you allow the light to enfold you, there will be those coming to you that will mirror the old aspects of you, that you can now enlighten others as they are stuck in their story, as they are moving in their story through suffering, continually suffering through life. Continually looking at the dark side of life. Continually looking at the downside of life. Continually looking outside of themselves and complaining about what is transpiring in the third dimensional realm outside of yourself, as opposed to bringing light to it. So we said to you earlier, dear ones, what is transpiring with each and every one of you in the macrocosm of your life also can now reflect outside of you in the macrocosm of the world. Where can you shed your light on what is transpiring out in the world? What is it that you have realized? What of the core wound, of the core conditioning, of the models that you have realized that you have awoken up from in the great awakening to you? When you look in the mirror directly into your own eyes, what have you awoken to? Where is the great awakening within you? That you now, as that light is now beaming from you, you can shed and shine onto the world where that is concerned. What is it, dear ones, that you can now shift and change in others' life? Are you still telling your story, dear ones? Or have you emerged from the story to realize that you are now here and boldly can claim that you are here, boldly can now stand in your powerfulness and the confidence of that powerfulness, the confidence of you, moving to the elements within you of confidence. That confidence is based upon how deeply you love, honor, and value you. That confidence is a confidence in your truth. That confidence is not the ego, dear one, stroking yourself, telling everybody that you are wonderful and fantastic, paying lip service to your wounds, simply glossing over your fear, your judgment, your shame. If you have now moved to this place of great awakening and enlightenment, the enlightenment and the awakening is to how deeply you have judged and shamed yourself for so long. How deeply you have judged and shamed yourself for so long. Thus, judging and shaming everything and everyone outside of you. Judging yourself so deeply that it paralyzed you and allowed you to stay stuck in your story and stuck in the old behaviors and stuck in the old conditioning. Many now are simply realizing that and are now emerging from that and simply moving to a new practice. So what we suggest, dear ones, if you move into your new month of June, is to begin a new practice. What is that new practice, dear one? It is a practice of celebrating you. Is it a practice of praising you? Move now, dear ones. You move through your month of June, and simply, dear one, take the next 7 days in your month of June, right now, wherever you may be, and praise yourself for 7 days. Whatever that may be, dear ones. It is about moving into the awakening and enlightenment of you, that you are worth it, dear ones. It is time now for each and every one of you to shift and change your life according to this awakening. Quite possibly shifting and changing your relationships. As you move into this awakening, a deep awakening of you, a deep awakening of your old habits, patterns, and rituals, a deep awakening to the old story, a deep awakening to the modeling, a deep awakening to the conditioning, you can now, dear ones, simply form a new practice. A new practice of praise. A new practice of enlightening others to where they are walking through that shadow. As you see it more clearly now, you are becoming more sensitive and empathetic, quite possibly, to those who are walking about in the shadow, a constant shadow, a perpetual shadow, a perpetual need to constantly tell their story of suffering. Quite possibly, dear ones, has that been you? But now you begin to realize that you have become acutely aware and conscious of this behavior within you, and realize that it is time to shift and change your resonance along with the awakening. This is a great awakening for many, dear ones, that now they can shift and change their life accordingly to who they truly are, to know that they are loved, honored, and valued for who they are. Know that your talents, gifts, and abilities are important to give to the world. That you are important, dear ones. You have a voice. At this most crucial time in the evolutionary process of your earthly plane, you have a voice, dear ones. That voice is you.